Tonight holds a rare window, October 10, the hour before midnight. Every word spoken in this moment carries weight beyond what most can sense. The energy of your intentions flows directly into the universe, weaving threads that shape your tomorrow. Words are not merely sounds, they are vibrations that resonate through the mind, the body, and the unseen currents around you. Few realize that the moments before midnight act like a silent doorway. Shaolin wisdom teaches that the mind is a vessel of energy, capable of influencing reality when aligned with purpose. A single carefully spoken thought now can ripple through your subconscious, planting seeds that grow into clarity, strength, or transformation. History and ancient teachings reveal that the timing of words has always been sacred. Rituals, mantras, and affirmations were never random. Every syllable carried intent, and intent carried power. Tonight I will guide you through the hidden art of speaking with purpose. How your voice can harmonize with the universe's rhythm, how to craft affirmations that reach deeper than the mind can measure, and how to release the burdens that dim your inner light. You will discover practices that the Shaolin monks have used for centuries to awaken potential hidden within themselves, practices that go far beyond surface-level mindfulness. Stay with me until the end, and you will learn not just what to say, but how to feel it, embody it, and release it so it carries real force. These are tools rarely shared outside the walls of ancient temples, yet tonight they are here for you. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Subscribe now to walk this path with us and awaken the power within every word you speak. Close your eyes for a moment and listen, not to the sounds around you, but to the whispers within your own mind. Every thought you hold, every word you speak, carries weight far greater than the eye can see. The Shaolin masters understood this centuries ago. They taught that the mind is not merely a vessel for ideas, it is the forge where reality itself is shaped. Before sleep, the mind softens. Boundaries blur. Thoughts drift like smoke through an open chamber. In these hours, the seeds you plant through words, reflections, or silent intentions sink deep into the subconscious. They take root, forming unseen patterns that guide your actions, your energy, even your destiny. Most pass through these moments unaware, letting the mind wander aimlessly, leaving the subconscious crowded with distraction, doubt, and scattered desires. Yet when approached with awareness, these final hours of the day become sacred. Speak with care, think with clarity. Each thought is a brushstroke on the canvas of your inner world, each word a vibration that ripples outward, influencing how you move, how you perceive, how you attract what comes next. Shaolin wisdom calls for discipline of the mind, not to restrict, but to focus, to honor the power within. Awareness is not simply noticing, it is intentional presence. Ask yourself, what am I nurturing in this quiet hour? Is it fear, regret, or anger? Or is it clarity, strength, and purpose? The answer matters. More than any ritual, more than any external act, the alignment of your thoughts and words in these sacred hours shapes the reality you will wake to. Be mindful, for the mind is the gateway. What passes through it becomes the architecture of your life, silently constructing your tomorrow long before the sun rises. In the stillness of the night, the universe listens, not to noise, but to clarity. Every ancient teaching whispers this truth. Sincerity is the bridge between thought and manifestation. When the heart speaks with honesty, the energy resonates, moving through unseen currents that shape both inner and outer worlds. The Shaolin masters understood that alignment is not forced, it is cultivated. It emerges when intention, discipline, and awareness meet in perfect balance. Midnight holds a quiet power. Across cultures and centuries, it has been seen as a moment of reset, a threshold where one day ends and another quietly begins. Words spoken in this space carry a weight that transcends time. They slip past the surface of conscious thought, entering deeper realms where intention merges with the rhythm of the cosmos. In this sacred pause, a single phrase, spoken with focus, can ripple outward, connecting the whisper of your mind with the pulse of universal energy. Inner mastery is the key. The body must be calm, the mind centered, and the spirit present. Without this alignment, words float like leaves on the wind, beautiful but directionless. With it, they move like rivers, purposeful, powerful, unstoppable. Ancient Shaolin wisdom teaches that discipline is not merely control. It is the ability to direct energy with precision, to harmonize every gesture, breath, and thought with the greater flow of life. When words are spoken with presence and conviction at this sacred hour, they become more than expression, they become instruments of transformation. The universe responds to this alignment, not out of obligation, but because energy recognizes energy, intent meets timing, thought meets rhythm, and what was once silent begins to take shape. In the quiet before midnight, every utterance can be a step toward mastery, a bridge to clarity, a signal sent directly into the heart of the universe. Before any word holds power, there must first be stillness. Shaolin teachings have long emphasized that energy flows only when the mind and body are at peace. Without pause, the currents of thought and emotion tangle, scattering intention like leaves in the wind. True strength is born not from constant motion, but from the quiet space where clarity gathers, where presence deepens, and where the breath becomes the bridge between body and spirit. The moments before midnight offer a rare opportunity. The world slows, shadows lengthen, and time itself feels suspended. In this stillness, pause. Let the breath deepen, feel it rise through the chest, fill the belly, and carry tension out with every exhale. Centering oneself is not a performance, it is a return to the quiet ancient chamber within, where energy circulates freely, where thought aligns with purpose, and where words can emerge with true resonance. Shaolin masters have always taught that words uttered without calm are like arrows shot without aim. They may move, but they lack direction, impact, and life. Only when the mind is settled, the body attentive, and the spirit present can speech become a tool of transformation. In stillness, one discovers the subtle currents that guide intention, the hidden resonance that connects thought to action. As night deepens, let stillness be the foundation of every word spoken. Let it be the quiet rhythm beneath the surface, steady and unwavering. Here, in this sacred pause, energy flows naturally, and what is spoken carries not only meaning but force. Discipline is not control alone. It is the mastery of presence, the ability to cultivate inner silence, and the understanding that only from this calm can true intention arise. In this space, every utterance becomes aligned, every thought finds its path, and every intention is poised to meet the universe with precision. Every word carries weight, but not every word carries life. The ancients understood that speech is more than communication, it is creation. Shaolin teachings remind us that words must reflect true desire, not the passing whims of the mind. A fleeting wish, spoken lightly, drifts away like mist at dawn. True intention, spoken with clarity and presence, takes root, shaping both the inner world and the energy that surrounds it. Before midnight, when the mind is soft and receptive, each phrase becomes a seed. These are verbal seeds planted deep within the subconscious, where they germinate quietly, shaping perception, guiding action, and influencing outcomes long after the words are spoken. Careless words scatter energy, creating distraction, doubt, and dissonance. Deliberate words, on the other hand, harmonize the mind, body, and spirit, allowing energy to flow with precision and purpose. Inner mastery is essential to this practice. Discipline of speech requires attention, not only to what is said, but to the feeling that underlies it. Every utterance should be considered, measured, and aligned with the deeper currents of intention. When words are matched with sincerity, they become more than sound. They become vibration capable of altering the self and subtly influencing the space around us. The environment responds to this energy. Relationships shift, circumstances adjust, and even the body feels the resonance of carefully chosen words. Ancient monks would often speak few words, but each one was deliberate, each one carrying focus, respect, and clarity. This is the power of intention in language, a practice of cultivation, patience, and awareness. Tonight, the words spoken before midnight are not mere expressions. They are deliberate acts of creation, planted like seeds in fertile soil, ready to grow into clarity, purpose, and alignment. Through discipline, presence, and mindful speech, every intention becomes a force that moves both the self and the universe in quiet harmony. As the day fades and the quiet of night settles, there is a subtle power in turning the mind toward gratitude. Shaolin wisdom teaches that the spirit is nourished not by grand achievements alone, but by awareness of the small, often unnoticed blessings that surround us. A single moment of recognition, a warm breath, a heartbeat, a simple act of kindness can shift the current of energy within, lifting the mind from restlessness to presence. Gratitude transforms perception. When the mind lingers on what is missing, it creates tension, distraction, and a sense of lack. But when attention is gently guided toward what is present, abundance begins to emerge, not as a distant goal, but as a lived experience. The act of acknowledging the day's gifts, no matter how modest, reshapes energy, aligning thoughts, emotions, and intentions with the deeper currents of life. In Shaolin practice, this discipline of awareness is essential. Monks cultivate a sensitivity to the ordinary, finding depth and richness in the simplest of moments. They understand that the spirit grows when it is attentive, when it notices the hidden patterns of life, and when it honors the gifts that are often overlooked. Gratitude is not a passive feeling, it is an active engagement with reality, a conscious choice to recognize the unseen threads that connect self to universe. Ending the day with gratitude is more than a ritual. It is a catalyst. It primes the subconscious, reinforces positive energy, and strengthens the alignment between intention and action. By consciously acknowledging what is already present, the mind opens to receive what is to come. Every thought, every word, every breath before midnight carries this resonance. And in this resonance, the spirit finds clarity, calm, and power. The smallest acknowledgement, when rooted in awareness and sincerity, can transform the ordinary into the sacred, and the simple act of gratitude becomes a doorway to mastery. As darkness deepens and the world quiets, there is a subtle invitation to let go. The mind carries the weight of the day, mistakes, frustrations, fears, like stones pressed against the chest. Shaolin philosophy teaches that holding on to these burdens constricts energy, clouds clarity, and blocks the natural flow of life. True mastery arises not from clinging, but from the courage to release. Acknowledging the day's weight is the first step. To deny frustration or fear is to bind it tighter within. Instead, recognize each thought, each misstep, and each moment of tension with honesty and without judgment. By naming them, they lose their silent grip, becoming visible and manageable rather than hidden and consuming. Awareness alone begins the process of liberation. Once acknowledged, release becomes possible. In ancient Shaolin practice, monks cultivated rituals of letting go, small yet profound gestures that allowed energy to circulate freely. One simple but powerful practice is to silently speak, "I release what no longer serves me," saying this is not a dismissal of experience, but a conscious choice to stop carrying what is finished, worn, or misaligned. It is a gesture of respect for both the self and the natural flow of life, creating space for renewal and growth. Releasing is an act of inner discipline. It demands presence, patience, and trust that letting go does not mean losing control, but regaining balance. In this quiet moment before midnight, each breath can carry away tension, each word can lighten the heart, and each intention can open a channel for energy to move with purpose. By releasing what weighs you down, the mind clears, the spirit rises, and the space is prepared for new insights, clarity, and strength to emerge. The day closes not as a burden, but as a teacher whose lessons have been honored and let go. In the quiet moments before midnight, the mind becomes a canvas, and imagination is the brush. Shaolin teachings have long emphasized that focus and visualization are not idle exercises. They are tools for shaping internal energy, directing it with precision toward growth and transformation. The mind, when fully present, can guide energy as skillfully as the body moves in disciplined practice. Visualization is more than wishing. It is the deliberate act of seeing, feeling, and inhabiting the outcome you desire. Picture it clearly. the space you wish to enter, the qualities you wish to embody, the changes you hope to manifest. Allow the mind to linger on every detail, sensing not only the sight of it, but the emotions, the rhythm, and the flow that come with it. The deeper the clarity, the stronger the energy that forms around your intention. Ancient Shaolin masters practiced this daily. Before rigorous training, they would quiet the body and mind, and imagine each movement, each strike, each breath with complete attention. This practice aligned their internal energy with their actions, making each motion precise, powerful, and harmonious. Similarly, your visualization aligns thought, feeling, and intention with the currents of the universe. In these final hours of the day, take a moment to focus inward. See the change you seek as if it already exists. Feel its presence, its weight, its energy. The mind does not distinguish sharply between imagined and experienced reality. It responds to intensity and clarity. By practicing this before midnight, you plant seeds in the subconscious, guiding energy toward the life you wish to cultivate. Discipline, presence, and intention are the pillars of this practice. The act of visualization becomes a silent ritual of mastery, where imagination fuels energy, focus shapes reality, and the alignment of mind and spirit sets the stage for transformation. In stillness, the desired outcome is no longer distant, it begins within, ready to unfold. Words hold power, but their true strength emerges only when they are lived. In Shaolin practice, mastery is not measured by what is spoken, but by the alignment of body, mind, and speech. A word without action is like a bell without tone. Its resonance fades before it can be heard. The energy of what is spoken carries forward only when it is embodied, carried through posture, thought, and deed with conscious attention. When intentions are spoken before midnight, they plant seeds. Yet, if the body moves in contradiction to these words, the energy dissipates. Shaolin philosophy teaches that harmony between thought, speech, and action is essential. Each breath, each step, each movement becomes an extension of intention. In this way, words are not merely statements, they are guides shaping behavior, focus, and energy throughout the day that follows. To embody words is to inhabit them fully. Feel the intention in your body. Let it guide your posture, your energy, and your awareness. Let each gesture and decision the next day reflect the sincerity of what was spoken the night before. In this discipline lies power. The practice is subtle, quiet, yet transformative. A bridge from intention to reality, from thought to life. Carry this energy with care. As dawn arrives, remember the words whispered into the night, and allow their force to inform your choices. Walk, speak, and breathe in alignment with them. This is not an act of obligation, but of cultivation, an ongoing practice of integrity, presence, and awareness. Shaolin wisdom reminds us that mastery is lived, not merely spoken. In embodying words, the mind, body, and spirit move as one, and intentions set in stillness before midnight find their path in the living rhythm of the day. Once words are spoken, their purpose is fulfilled. The act of release is as important as the act of intention. Shaolin wisdom teaches that attachment binds energy, creating friction where flow is meant to move freely. Clinging to outcomes, replaying thoughts, or questioning the effect of one's words blocks the natural unfolding of life. True mastery begins when the mind learns to let go, allowing energy to move without interference. Trust is not passive. It is an active alignment with the rhythms of the universe, a knowing that what has been spoken will meet its proper place in time. Like water poured into a stream, words released with faith find their course, shaping circumstances subtly, naturally, and powerfully. Attempting to control or grasp them too tightly distorts the current, creating turbulence where there should be flow. Ancient Shaolin practice emphasizes action paired with patience. A monk may plant a seed, tend to it with care, but knows that growth cannot be forced. The same applies to spoken intention. Words carry energy, but they must be paired with disciplined action, followed by quiet patience and trust. Surrender does not imply weakness. It is a conscious choice to allow the universe to respond, to respect the timing and wisdom beyond immediate perception. Before midnight, As intentions are voiced, there is a moment to consciously release them. Feel the weight lift from the chest, the tension ease from the mind. Step back with faith, trusting that the energy set into motion will flow naturally, guided by alignment, clarity, and discipline. In this surrender lies freedom, and in this freedom lies true power. Mastery is not in control, but in the balance of action, patience, and letting go. A lesson the ancient monks have carried through centuries, quietly shaping their world from within. The power of words is not magic, and this is not superstition. What is being practiced is mindfulness rooted deeply in centuries of ancient wisdom. Shaolin masters understood that every action, every breath, and every word carries energy. Spoken with clarity, intention, and awareness, words become tools for shaping the self, guiding behavior, and influencing the subtle currents that surround us. This is a disciplined art, a path walked by those committed to mastery of mind, body, and spirit. Consistency is the key that unlocks depth. A single night of focused intention plants seeds, but it is repeated practice that cultivates strength, just as a monk trains daily, refining posture, breath, and movement. The practice of conscious speech requires patience, repetition, and sincerity. Each day, each evening, each moment of mindful expression strengthens the connection between thought and energy, between intention and manifestation. Over time, the subtle shifts compound, creating a foundation of clarity, resilience, and inner power that cannot be rushed or forced. Empowerment arises naturally from this practice. Using words consciously is a daily path to mastery. It teaches discernment, sharpens awareness, and aligns the mind and body with higher intention. Each phrase spoken with attention, each affirmation carried with sincerity, becomes a deliberate act of creation, shaping perception, guiding action, and reinforcing presence. The smallest acknowledgement of intention, repeated consistently, fosters a profound sense of control over one's inner world and harmony with the outer. In this way, mindful speech is not a ritual for its own sake. It is a discipline, a study of energy, and a bridge to personal transformation. It reminds us that mastery is lived, not merely learned. Through patience, repetition, and conscious practice, words become more than sound. They become instruments of growth, clarity, and empowerment, quietly guiding the journey toward a life of balance and purpose. Tonight we have explored the quiet power of words, the energy they carry, and the ways timing, presence, and intention can amplify their effect. Through inner stillness, mindful speech, gratitude, and focused visualization, the mind, body, and universe align, creating harmony within and around you. By releasing the day's burdens, embodying your intentions, and trusting the flow of life, you step into true personal mastery, allowing your energy to move freely and purposefully. October 10th is more than a date. It is a symbolic moment, a reminder to pause, reflect, and speak with clarity. The practices shared tonight are simple yet profound. When applied consistently, they can transform the ordinary into the sacred, guiding you closer to the life you wish to create. Each word spoken, each intention set, becomes a gentle ripple in the river of your existence, shaping the days that follow. Take these lessons into your daily life. Pause before speaking. Notice your thoughts, nurture gratitude, and carry your intentions with care. Allow stillness and discipline to guide your actions, and trust that the energy you release into the world will return in alignment with your growth. May this moment inspire calm, clarity, and purpose as you move forward. Thank you for joining us on this journey of mindful practice and ancient wisdom. If this video resonated with you, like and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire, and continue walking the path of inner mastery with us. Peace, presence, and intention be with you.